Hi, it's me, Rasheed Ogunlaru, coach, speaker and author of Soul Trader, putting the heart back into your business. And here we are, it is October 2020. It is Black History Month, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a really significant month in the calendar as we head toward the end of the year. And everything begins to change. The season visibly begins to change as we really do see that autumn is in flight. As I was just going for my morning run this morning, and I could see the stunning leaves as they were beginning to fall. This season is profound. It's a time of shift, of change. As the trees shed their leaves, as we know, it's a time to harvest and reap and prepare for the season ahead. And I think it's full of those rich kind of metaphors about preparation, about work, about reaping rewards, about preparation, being mindful and change, shift, but being aware of the future. And my talk this month, my theme this month is life, leadership and legacy. And during this time of the year, I do quite a lot of leadership and development, career development and so on. But because it's traditionally Black History Month, I do quite a lot of talks. And the main talk that I give, or one of the talks I love to give, is called Life, Leadership and Legacy. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that here before I go on to the news and go on to other themes. Just really wanted to talk to you very directly about that. Life, leadership and legacy. Quite rightly, at this time of the year, we think about inspiring figures from the past who have made a huge impact in fields from politics to sport and to entertainment. People who, well-known names like Oprah, until relatively speaking, names that we may not have known, in all sorts of professions, like Mary Seacole in medicine, all sorts of figures. And history is also here and present. The Williams systems, there's so many people who have made such an impact, leaders in so many fields, so many great people who've inspired us throughout the years and continue to inspire us. And I wanted to use that, thinking about what that means to you in terms of the past, for you to begin to think about your own journey, your own history. This time of the year is very powerful in terms of celebrating those great names and so on. But I think it's also really important that you think about your own history and what history means to you. What does Black history mean to you? What does this month mean to you? What about your own history? What's your own story? I want to invite you to pause. You might even want to just take a piece of paper and just chart your own life story. Just your own life story is where it begins. You may not want to go, or you might not even know all of the genealogy and so on, but what about your own story? Your own history? What's been the learning from it? From where you are now, going back through the decades, to childhood, to infancy. What have the main markers been? Who are the key people who've had an influence on you and in your life? Who's helped you to dream, to grow, to flourish? What have been the challenges? What have been the relationships and so on that you've had to change? What is that you've learned? Very often in life, we don't pause to take the learning. So as far as life's concerned, I want you to think about what has been that life journey, but also crucially, what's been that life learning? What has been that life learning? Leadership. When we think about leadership, we often think about the great and the good, don't we? We think about the obvious names in history who've been leaders, be it in fashion, be it in sport and so on. But in what way is it that you're a leader? I have a saying that you can't afford to be a bystander, passenger or backseat driver in your own life. In what way is it now that you need to take a lead? That starts off with your career. I have a saying I say to people when I'm running career development sessions, that your career development is your business. Other people might support it, but you must drive it. In what way could you be taking a lead? Because it could be that half an hour less an evening on one social media platform that you use primarily for fun, and half an hour more on another one that you could use for your career development might be time well spent. But that's down to you. And I think when we put that in the context of, it's interesting, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that of course predominantly affects women, and although not necessarily exclusively, and Black History Month, Here, when you go into organizations, the further up you look, and, I do a lot of this kind of leadership development work, the fewer women still you see, which is ridiculous given it's 2020, and the fewer people of black, Asian, ethnic minority backgrounds we see, and the fewer people with disabilities that we see. That can't be right. I mean, there's a lot that we need to do to change that. So I feel that it's really, really important that as an individual that you're taking that lead. You've taken that lead in your career. But I think that leadership is not just about leadership in terms of my own life. It is also increasingly about championship of others, allyship and support of those others who don't have a voice, taking that interest. I've learned so much when I've listened to people of different backgrounds, people with different abilities, people with different ways of seeing the world. It's how I learn. So for me in my job, it's constant learning, a rich, rich learning. So leadership, I was saying that tomorrow's leaders won't lead dictating from the front or pushing from the back, but from the centre, from the heart. But again, how is it that you're able to take that lead? And that taking that lead might just be about you showing up, being more visible, letting people know far more about the things that you've accomplished or contributed. It might well be about getting involved when there's those particular projects that you know that you could be making impact on. That gives you an opportunity to shine. I think that I've seen it, and even when I'm running leadership courses, sometimes back when I was doing them in person before COVID, people would come in even at my leadership courses and whether they sit at the back. That's fine if you're strategically getting that view of where everybody is, but very often is it that you're wanting to move things forward, then it's time that you step up. It's time that you speak up, even at that team meeting. Finding your voice, playing your part is really, really important. If not you, then who? If not you, then who? So leadership in your own life, in your own family, in your own relationships, how is it that you're able to take more of a lead, or to play your part, or to co-lead, or to support? But equally, it might well be that you're too much taking a lead, and it is now about developing others and helping others to step forward. And I think that's a message for all of us leaders, really helping find the leader in everyone else, that self-leadership, as we are not just managers, we're leaders, but we're also coaching and mentoring other people to fulfill their own potential. And legacy. So we've talked about life, who are you, why are you here, where are you at, your own journey, what's the learning been? We've talked about leadership, the people who inspire us in all fields, throughout history, throughout Black history, throughout all history, and in our own lives. Who are those people lead us, including all this unsung leaders, those incredible people in our communities who I want to celebrate right now and applaud. Because they're not doing it for the standing ovations, they're doing it because there's a cause that's really, really important. Finally, legacy. Legacy, I have saying it goes something like this, that legacy isn't that which is that's there that once you're gone. It's there that you live, create, contribute toward today, that happens to live on. To live on. So legacy is really a today thing. How am I showing up today? What am I planting today? What am I being involved in today? What's my contribution today? And sure, over the time we see that fruit. So thinking about those people in your family, thinking about those things in your people in your organizations and in your businesses, how is it they're being developed? What kind of legacies that we lead on? We're just thinking about, when we think about things like ecology, we realize that the legacy is the things that we're doing today. Is it just about asset stripping? Is it just about, utilizing all of the resources, or is it about putting things in? Another quote, it goes something like this: by pure mathematics, giving rather than taking is the key to the world that you want to live in. Because if I take, then I alone benefit. But if I give, then the two at least grow, the other and you. Because when I give, when I contribute, it's been nourishing to me. It's been enriching to me. My heart opens, becomes greater. My learning as I'm sharing with somebody, my humility, my humanity increases. But equally, the other person has benefited. Legacy. What's your legacy been today? Look at it in your relationships, in your friendships, in your connections. What's it been? And what is the invitation of all these incredible inspirations, you know, now and throughout history in all fields, as we celebrate Black History Month. So I just want to say Happy Black History Month. I just want to say a huge thanks to all those people who played their part in fighting things like cancers and fundraising and so on, as we celebrate also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And at a time like this, at a time that we are in the world where we realise how important health is for so many reasons, and well-being, celebrating all those people. I just want to close with just a few things that might well be very useful for you, and just to share some news. I am delighted to announce that my new look website, Mazzaro.com, is now launched. So you can find everything. There's the shop with all of my books and the Coach Yourself courses, audio talks. You can find out all about my services. There's inspiring stuff on there as well. But I want to mention some other things. Just let you know, you may know already that I am running at the moment some free, or 2 free monthly webinars. Networking for Success Express, which teach you to network effectively, authentically and nerve-free. That is run once every month online, as is Soul Trader, Building Your Business by Heart, based on my book Soul Trader. You can see all the dates. I'll post a link to the events page on my website below here. I also want to announce something very, very, very exciting. I want to introduce you to the Confidence, I don't know if you can see that, the Confidence Masterclass series that I am going to be running, that's just about to start being running. This is a series of 6 masterclasses live, which we're running with the Coaching Academy, myself and Anne Skidmore. We're both experienced trainers with the Coaching Academy. We're running a series of 6 masterclasses for you. It's ideal for you if you're a coach and you're wanting to grow your coaching business or to gain skills to coach your clients. But actually this particular program of masterclasses might be useful for you in many, many fields. The series of 6 are confidence and resilience, time and energy management, group and team coaching, presenting and influencing skills, leadership and mindfulness and compassion. Check out the link, which I'll post under here again for details of that. All 6 sessions just cost £237, or you can buy just 3 of the sessions. You can select a bundle of 3 of them for £167. So that's that. I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing many, many of you there. By the way, also you can find the Finding Yourself series, free series of talks where I'm talking about this journey of finding yourself, which is available on my YouTube channel. So you'll probably see this on my YouTube channel. So if you click through on the video, that will take you to my YouTube channel. That's it. My quote for today is well, you've just heard it, which is: legacy is not what's left tomorrow when you're gone. It's what you create, impact and contribute today that happens to live on. So I just want to thank everybody. Thank you so much, everybody who's watches these videos. Thanks to all my clients, all the businesses that I work with, everybody. Aha, I didn't say one last thing. Happy 8th birthday, Soul Trader. Turns 8 this month, and I just want to thank everybody, Coke and Page. I want to thank everybody who's bought the book, championed the book, everybody who listens to the podcast. I thank you so greatly, and everyone who's recommended it from the bottom of my heart. Take care. Lots of love from me, Rasheed. All the best. Bye-bye.